Hello, my name is Björn and welcome to the very first episode of the OBearry Podcast. In the OBearry Podcast, we dive deep into the life stories of gamers all around the world. And in this episode, we meet Bash. Bash is a London, UK Twitch streamer with a lot of passion and a lot of love for her community. We talk about how to deal with social anxieties and depression, but also how to market yourself as a streamer and how to keep the right mindset. And a little bit of anime too. Enjoy. OBearry! I'm so excited for this. I've been hyping this for weeks and I'm so glad we're finally able to do it. And together with me tonight, today, wherever you are, I got the wonderful, beautiful, and passionate streamer Bash. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello!
Hey! Hey! Arigato!
Arigato gozaimasu!
Awesome! So great to have you. And you have such energy. You're such a passionate personality. It was a funny thing happened just before now when we were setting up this stream. Like 15 minutes ago, your microphone just stopped working.
It stopped working. I got so panicked and I was like, crap, what am I doing? What are we gonna do? Do we have to postpone it? Am I have to go and buy new mic? What is going on? Is that broken? But we fixed it. It's fine. Fine.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I got a little bit nervous when your microphone just died 15 minutes before we were supposed to go live. And it was a classic. It was the power cable, right?
It was a power cable. I literally checked everything else possible. I checked the cable that's going in the mic. I checked the cable that's going in the computer. I checked the whole thing and shebang. And I was like, okay, well, that's it. And then and then I saw the power cable and it turned out to be that.
And you have a little bit of OCD going on. And so things like that just before a live show is not ideal, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm so OCD. If something is not like the way, if I imagine something being in a certain way, I have to have it in a certain way. Otherwise, I would just go back to it and I'll look at it and I was like, this isn't right. I need to change it.
I hope you will listen back to this podcast and be like, that was perfect. We couldn't have done it any other way. But there's always
doubt in the perfection, man.
There's always room for improvements. But no worries. So I'm gonna try to give you a quick presentation. I actually don't know very much about you, but that makes this podcast even more exciting because I really want to dig deep and get to know a lot about you and who you are as a streamer, but also as a person, what happened in your life and stuff you've been through and what got you to where you are today. So we're really gonna dig deep in this podcast. It's gonna be.
I'm ready.
Okay. Cool. So presentation, Bash. This is literally just from your Twitch page, so it's not going to be long. You like to play kind of different games on your stream, and you like to play RPGs, horror games. I think you played Outlast. What's it called?
Oh yes, I did.
I don't even dare to watch gameplay from that game.
Ooh.
But you also play MMOs. But right now you're focusing. On CS:GO, right?
Correct.
And as of now, you have 764 followers. And there's something amazing about this number because just this month, you have been growing a lot. And with a lot, I mean exactly 261 followers in only 13 days. So good job. Congratulations. How does it feel?
I honestly don't usually look at the numbers. The numbers is the last thing I look at. And the only reason why I know the numbers and how much I've grown is because of my mom, because she came in one day to the room and I told her about that Facebook post I made that blew up somehow. And she was like, oh, really? So how have you been doing now that you're back into streaming? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it. And then I showed her the numbers and I was like, oh, 268. Let's see what I've done past months. And then we both looked at it. And I remember, I think in March when I streamed, I got 20, 30 followers for the whole month or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was just that moment before I actually burned out and took March, April, February, January, February. So the end of February, like beginning of March is where I think I got my 2 months break. And that's when I think I fell really low on numbers, on everything. I never really looked at it, but it made me, when I looked at the numbers in such a long period of time, I realized what has been happening. It shows a lot.
Right. But it's not the first thing you focus on.
Never.
No. Okay.
Numbers is something I don't even know who is in my chat. Sorry.
But I can, like, numbers. Okay, I agree with you. Numbers are not the most important thing, but it also tells you something, that you're doing something that people like and people appreciate, and they want to stick around. They want to follow your channel. You got something going on that people like about your stream, and I can tell just from the number of people showing up to this podcast and watching live now that they really like you and your stream. So you're doing something right. Do you know what that is? What's your secret? Or we could do this. I'm gonna give you a more simple question to start off with. How do you describe yourself as a streamer when you're presenting yourself, maybe to new viewers, or when you present yourself in social medias, or how do you present yourself?
How I present myself, I am just really honest, and I'll never hold back on what I think, and I'll never go back on who I am. And because I'm so honest, I am also very sensitive in terms of being who I am. Like, because I'm so sensitive and I'm such a crybaby, and my viewers as well know, because I've cried multiple times on stream, and I am so honest and genuine that I cannot hide it. So I guess this is what drags people in, because when you're honest and when you're genuine, and people can feel that. People are not stupid. They know when someone is pretending. They know when someone is putting up a face or something like that. And if you're not if you're not relaxed, if you're not actually having fun, if you're not having a blast, whatever you're doing, they would know, and they would not stay, and you wouldn't get that any attention. If you don't work hard as well, you're never going to get any attention. And the other thing I think that helps me is that I never just look on the point of my point of view. I always try to put myself in someone else's place. Like, someone might say that, oh, I'm not getting this, or I'm not getting that, or someone might complain about something, and I might think, from my point of view, it might be heartless to think the way I think, but then before I say something, I was like, okay, stop yourself for a little bit. Think about, if you were in their shoes, how would you feel, and what would you want to say, and what you would want to hear, but not the lies. I would never say someone something to make them feel better just for the sake of to make them feel better. So I would still tell them the truth, but in a way that they would probably accept it better. So sorry, I got a little bit into it.
But and we have a great example of that. Well, the first thing you mentioned is being authentic, being like true to yourself, and being honest with who you are, and just expressing yourself and not faking it. That's a really good one. That's a good tip for every streamer, I think. It's a good tip in general, you know?
Yeah, indeed. Thank you.
And the second one is like having empathy, but also laying the truth on people. Not have too much empathy, so you're just sympathizing with people and just, everything is so bad. Yeah, you should have more viewers. But instead, having empathy and telling them the truth, maybe how they can improve. And we have such a good example from a post on the Facebook page that you wrote just, was it this last week, or it was
about 2 weeks ago, I think, maybe
2 weeks ago, and it kind of blew up on the Twitch streamers page.
It has a thing about close to 300 likes or reactions, whatever you want to say.
And I think what you mentioned just now is exactly why that was popular. You were authentic, and you laid out some like honest truths that that you felt people need to hear, because you had seen people complaining and leaving Twitch and complaining about like low viewership, not having more viewers and everything. And then there were like a couple of things that I really liked about that post. Like, you described how you came into the Facebook community and you kind of like just scouted, and you didn't like comment too much. You were just trying to get an idea of what's going on here, what are the people doing here, and why are they here. And then you kind of you got some ideas and you started posting. And then you, like, two things that I really liked was, like, you said grow naturally but put in the real effort. Balance, like growing naturally, having the patience, but also like working to improve yourself.
Indeed.
And the other one that I really liked that you wrote was, you cannot demand without giving. I'm a strong believer in that. You cannot demand to have hundreds of viewers without giving first. Kind of. So do you want to talk more about that post, why you wrote it, how it came to be? And I'm sorry I can't show like the whole post here or tell you the whole thing, but you can talk a little bit about it.
Well, I remember that day I saw, as I mentioned in the post, I saw 4 different posts about people announcing that they're leaving the group. And what do you get of that announcing that you're leaving the group? People will not go to you and be like, man, please don't go. We want you here. You are accepted. No, nobody will do that. You, first of all, you get crap for it. It's not a good idea to do something like this. Second of all these people that I actually checked their names, and I checked what they have been posting, and I checked how long they have been in the group. They posted their link and they're going live, 1 sentence, and that's it. You're not gonna get people wanting to click on that. I honestly, myself, mostly, I scroll by people that just drop the links and with 1 sentence. I'm not interested. If you wanna make yourself noticed, try more than what you're doing. You cannot. Every single day, I take a picture. I think of something interesting to say. I have my own stuff that I say before I get into the streaming, like konnichiwa minasan. I say that always, and I always have these 2 emotes put, and I always put PS Hinata best girl at the end. You have to find your thing. People actually started liking it, and I remember someone from the Facebook group was like, please put PS Hinata best girl on the bottom. Please put it again. I was like, okay, I'm gonna do that. I fixed the post, and since then I've been doing that, and since then people have been loving it. And it's like, you have to find your field. You have to find something that would make people want to be in your stream, want to interact with you, but you have to find your comfortable zone where you also like what you're representing. Because if you're trying to be relevant just to be relevant, that's not gonna work out.
That's really cool. And can you also tell us for how long you have been streaming? And maybe there have been breaks, but like, when did you start? And
I started streaming 6 months ago. So it's
6 months ago.
April, March, February, January, December, November, I think. I think I started streaming in November. I got affiliate the first 7 days. On the 7th day, I actually got my affiliate while I was streaming.
Nice.
I didn't even think I'm going to, like, it was just out of the blue. I was like, oh, I have at least a few months till I get affiliate. That doesn't work that easily.
and it just happened.
Yeah. And if you are struggling and looking at the numbers constantly, and if that puts you under pressure, maybe you should reconsider if you should be streaming at all.
If you're stressed about getting to affiliate.
Yeah, not even affiliate. I'm talking about the numbers as a whole. Like, affiliate is one of the things that people stress about. so much, but they don't realize that most of the people that have been streaming, that are partners, have been streaming at least for 2 years, most of them. There are people that have been partnered for much less than that, like in the first 2 months, 3 months. These are people that usually do cooking streams, and I know of a person that I think got partnered in the first month or two, and he's doing just cooking streams. He has a kitchen and he has like 2-3 different cameras. He's super entertaining. And it's super nice. And yeah, it's possible, but are you that unique?
Right, exactly. Well, yeah, this is so great. We're getting a lot of I feel like this is also turning into like just a guide to streaming and having the right mindset, finding your niche, have the patience, be realistic, improve yourself, like put in the effort. We're getting a lot of value out of this. It's great. I hope like if people are out there and interested about streaming, they appreciate this. But also just getting to know more about you and what you think about what you do. I feel like maybe sometimes when you stream, you talk about a lot of things, but maybe there are some things that you don't talk about as often. So what are some things that you're not sharing with your stream usually? It's a hard question.
The only reason why it's a hard question is because I don't think there is anything that I don't share with them.
You're very open. You're very open with your audience.
I will tell you why though, because before I used to not share. Before that 2 months break, I used to I didn't put up a face exactly, but when I was depressed or when I had anxiety or when they both would clash on that day, I would either not stream or I would force myself to stream and look super happy. And yes, that was still me. And yes, I was happy up to a point because streaming does take away these things from my mind. But I was not talking about it. It was like something that I did not want to touch up on because I thought that, might put people away, because I do know that some people actually do suffer from things like that, and it's hard for them to talk about it, and it's hard for people to see someone crying or something like that, or being depressed, because it gets them in that kind of state. And I completely understand that, and I apologize to anyone who might have been affected by it. But I decided that this is my stream, and as I've been telling people, this is your house, you're the boss, you say what's going on. So I decided that it's gonna be honest. When I'm depressed, when I'm not in place, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm gonna tell you guys, this is not gonna be like the usual hyped up stream because this and this and this and this. Wow. I'm telling them that in the beginning of the stream, like, don't expect anything too much today. I'm here to chill with you. I'm here to just have a nice time, get my mind off things. And if I can, I will tell them things. But if it's not just my secret to keep, or if it's not just my thing to say, if it involves third party, I would not say it, because it's not just my thing, and I have to respect that.
One thing I think about when you tell me this is like I think this is the next generation of entertainment. Depressed entertainment. It is a new thing. Like, it hasn't been around before. Entertainment was just supposed to be like, traditionally has all been about like making people laugh and feel good. But now we are getting into this era, this period, like this time where we are so connected with each other. We are so sharing so much more than we have ever done before. So now you can't hide that if you're depressed, if you have anxieties, like, and you want to be a part of this, like the sharing community, and then you could, like, it's really hard to hide that.
Looking for
feeling bad. That's fine. It's totally fine. And I also think that, like, a lot of people appreciate the honesty, and I think it can actually help a lot of people that are dealing with similar things, like get to relate to you, and just have someone to relate to and like sharing this with that are cool with it, and you can support each other. I think it's brave. I think it's kind of cool. You're talking also about the risks of like sharing openly your bad moments and like maybe bringing other people down. That's also very interesting. Like, how do you think, is there a danger in sharing too much of something negative in your life with people on a stream?
I think so. I think there is sharing, and I think there is oversharing. There are some dark stuff that happens in anyone's life. We cannot deny that. There are thoughts and feelings we feel. For every single person is different, but you can let people know how you feel, and you can let people know where you stand at this point, on this day, on this hour. But I think that if I would have to let someone in my deepest thoughts and feelings, that would not be a good idea. Because I don't think it's any helpful, not for me, not for the other person. I just don't think it's needed for anyone to know. I think it's needed for someone to know that you feel crap, and they're there for you, and not vice versa. And the reason why I decided to share is because when I went on the 2 months break, I found out that so many people are in the same situation as I am. And sometimes people just don't trust anyone or don't have anyone to share with. And the only place they can do it is over chat. And why not? If it helps you feel better and put a smile on your face for 5 minutes, why not?
Cool.
So yeah, that's what I think. I don't think you should share absolutely everything.
So there are things that you don't share with the stream, but you have other people in your life close to you that you share that stuff with.
Yeah, I would say my fiance knows 100% of the things I'm thinking and feeling, and that's one of the reasons we've been together for so long. I mean, he knows the darkest parts of me.
he can tell by a glance if it's a good day or bad day. Yeah, that's exactly. Cool. It's really cool. Everyone should have your partner.
He's great, guys. I will give you a description later.
Give us a copy.
I will give you a copy. At some point, we'll have some, these, whatchamacallit, like the robots. We can make it by his, with his likes. Mentality. You don't know about the robots that are like being partners to people now and stuff like that. They're making this a thing.
Robots with personality that you can you can buy them or hire them or rent them. I mean, rent them.
Yeah, that's gonna be a thing in 20-30 years. You never know. It's even less than that.
I believe you. So what kind of robot would you get? I mean, you could get different
someone
sizes.
Someone that can fold my clothes and clean the kitchen.
Oh, organizing and cleaning robot.
Organized robot.
Is that what you want from your partner? Just someone that can like organize and tidy?
No. He's for other purposes. I need the robot. I need the robot to just fold my clothes and I was gonna kill the kitchen and clean the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And the rest of the place, so I can stream and I can go out and I can be like, this is life.
So it could be like a third member of your relationship. Like it could be a three people relationship.
Wrong. That sounds wrong.
Like, but the robot is mostly there for cleaning.
Yes, only.
I love derailing a little bit. That's totally cool with me.
Derailing a little bit is always cool. It's cool.
And it was actually, we talked about it the other day when we were planning this podcast, and one thing we said was, be weird.
Yeah.
Be you. It's not going to push people away anymore. That's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
So it's okay to be weird.
People away anymore. This comes from my childhood. So I can probably talk about it if you want me to. I don't mind.
I'm interested. I want to.
Okay, let's
I
get
want to hear
into
it.
it then.
So,
Let's do it.
so being so this is about like being yourself and just really allow yourself to be who you are no matter what. And now we're gonna hear it, your story.
Right. So. Well, as you know, I am pretty like I am myself. Anytime you see me, that's what you see, what you get. And people would always judge me, especially when I was in high school, like middle school. When I even started school. Nobody ever would like me, firstly because I was fat. So I was bullied and beaten up every single day at school, because back in Bulgaria, apparently being fat is something extremely wrong. So I was the punching bag of the class. And this, I think, is where it started. I started drifting away from people, and I would try making friends, but I would always be that person that nobody wanted around, because I was bullied, I guess, because I was that person that was fat, and so on. So forward to like, I think 8th or 9th grade or something like that, I started listening to metal, and dressing, like my hair was so long, and it was like crow black, like it was black. This isn't black, actually, it's just on the camera like that. And I would dress all in black, and I was the only person in the whole school that would listen to that kind of music. And it was so weird. I grew up in a small town. Everybody would listen to, some folk stuff. I don't know. It was just completely different from my taste, but everyone wanted to be relevant, and they would all listen to the same thing. And I was always the black sheep, literally. I would sit at the back alone. I would listen to my weird stuff. I would read the book or something like that. I would just not have anyone around. And fast forward to like when I finished school, I had 2 friends in total. And I was still bullied, kind of. Nobody would like me. I was just the weird kid. Nobody would like me. No idea why. So then I did, after school, then I found other weird people, became friends, and so on. But I never would feel accepted. And being a streamer and doing like, just lose up, like just do whatever you want, just like sing, move, like, I don't know, bang your head, whatever you want to do, it doesn't matter. People would like it. I was like, wow, people actually like me. And people would say, there is something about you that I really like. There is something about you. There is something about you. There's so many people that have told me that, and I just don't understand what it is. But I guess it's my weirdness at this point, because I just cannot be anyone else, man. I'm just weird. I'm just committed to my weird, and that's it. And people love it, and I feel accepted for the first time in my life. I think that I can do anything and everything, and people would be like, that's cool. Like, I like you, I'm gonna stick around, I'm gonna be your friend. And that's why I really mean it when I say that you guys are my friends, because I can be me and not be pushed away for once.
And they like you because of who you are.
Yeah.
Exactly the way you are, even when you're crazy.
Extremely crazy.
And do crazy things.
Yeah, even then. And I'm like, this is a blessing.
So, and now we understand why it's such a powerful experience for you to have that in your life, when you had such a long, many years just growing up and having a different experience, having people not accepting you, having people not accepting you for who you are, who you were, and even hating you for who you were. And streaming has turned into this beautiful opposite and positive thing for you. That's it's so inspiring to listen to. I don't know if I'm wrong. Do you get a little bit emotional when you talk about just telling the story, or?
I get emotional, not in a like I'm not gonna tear up. I'm not gonna be crying, but I do get emotional whenever I talk about it, because I do go back and remembering the feelings that I felt. And the streaming is not even the end of it, because there is a lot that happened before the actual streaming happened. Because when I moved to London, I for the first time ever I said that, wow, this is how depression and anxiety feels. This is where I got my depression and anxiety from. It's because I moved here. So if you want to know more about that, I can talk about that too. But
yeah, it sounds
it's up
like
to
a
you.
big story too. I don't know if
Yeah.
we're finished with the first one, but because they're big. They are big stories. Just the first one, but also like, you got me curious about like you're starting out in Bulgaria and now you're in London and you're actually, you're studying right now. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but
Everybody
like,
knows.
yeah. So what are you studying for?
I'm studying for a British passport because I've been here for about 6 years now, and I am waiting. Well, I do have to go on an exam for English history, and I
Wow.
did. Yeah, it's very hard for me because history is not my thing. I could never remember anything too much, and I'm nervous, and I did try to study today. There was a lot of headache and I needed to sleep, and I end up not studying, and I just don't know what's going to happen, but I need to do this by the end of the month. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen after.
So you're taking a test to get the citizenship that will allow you to stay in.
Not that will make me a British person. Like I would be British. I would not be
Right.
Bulgarian anymore.
Okay. So
After
you
that.
will still be allowed to stay without it, but it will change your citizenship.
Yes, it will change my citizenship to British, and I will be allowed to stay. But after that, getting a passport here would be much different. And because of the Brexit stuff, you probably know.
Yeah.
Brexit and all things like that, it could be much different for people from Europe to continue being in the country, which I don't want to go through.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So how old were you when you moved to England from
I
Bulgaria?
was 21 when I
What?
moved to.
Yeah.
I was 21. I'm 27 now.
Oh, okay.
I'm 27 now. I moved here because things in Bulgaria fell through for me. I was about to go in an academy for acting, singing, and dancing, and I was working night shifts in a call center, and then I was the rest of the day I would be going to 3 or 4 different singing, acting, and dancing lessons, and drama lessons as well. On top of that,
Wow.
and a month before the big exams happened, I was told that I need to move out of my place. I need to find a new place, and I need to do it in less than a month. Like I
Wow.
don't have time. And at this point, I remember sitting in the middle of my room, just like cupping my head in my hands. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't have money. I don't have the time. And if I stop studying now, if I stop training now and start looking for a place and also working, that's just, I don't physically have the numbers, like the 24 hours. I don't have the time to do that. And I remember my mom was already here, and she would ask me to go and live with her for years before that, and I never wanted to because I said that that's not my place. I don't like it. And I called her. I told her that I want to come with her, that I just don't want to be here anymore. It was a rash decision, very rash decision. And in a week time, I left Bulgaria. And in a week time, I was here. I said goodbye to 2 people, the 2 people that were my friends. I did not say goodbye to anyone else.
Wow.
And I did have a lot of people that were my acquaintances, if you want to say so, that I would hang out with. They were not like very close friends, but I would hang out with them all the time. And I didn't even say bye to them. And from having 10, 15 people behind me. I come here and I had 0 people. And the first month was so what, okay. After that, I started crying. I started wanting to go back to Bulgaria, but it was too late. That's how the depression happened. And depression anxiety happened. I gained a lot of weight as well. I went from size 6 to 8 to size 22, 24. And I was just so depressed. I've never been so depressed in my life. And I had no reason to to wake up in the morning and so on. So that was about 4 or 5 years,
Wow,
or something like that.
3 to 5. How long? How many
4 or
years?
5.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, for around 4 or 5 years.
And what did you do during that time?
Like,
what was your what did you study? Did you work? Did you?
I worked full time. The job was terrible. I would get the worst managers you could ever ask for. They would insult me and my colleagues, and it was just terrible. And at some point, I was only playing games and going to work. Playing games, going to work. There was just nothing else for me there. And my boyfriend, but I was still depressed. There was just nothing that can be done about it. And 6 months ago, well, more than 6 months ago, about almost a year ago, so in August, when I joined Twitch TV streamers, that Facebook group, when I joined, I had thought about becoming a streamer like a month before that or something like that, and I was just thinking about it and just lurking in channels, just like nothing interesting, nothing. I wasn't really doing anything. And in August, when I joined, is when I started actively researching and lurking and seeing how I can do things, what I need, like hardware, software, stuff like that. And that's when I actually started streaming, is when I finally returned my reason to why I was waking up in the morning. And streaming was really my salvation, if you want to say so. It is a big word, but it's a true word. It was my salvation. It's just streaming got me back to life.
Wow. This is such a story. What a life story. Like
that's a short version.
And that's the short version. I wish we had like 5 hours, but we don't.
Okay.
But it's like that's so fascinating, and it's just so recent. It just changed for you so recently in your life, going from just a very tough situation, like with the social anxiety and depression for years and years, growing up feeling like not belonging, moving suddenly to a different country, getting here and just going to this job that did you hate it, or did you just not like it, or you hated it?
I hated that job so much.
Hated it.
Well, I still hate the job, but it's
what
not
kept
that
you
bad.
going through those years when you were still down there? What kept you going through that period when you were still like just when you didn't have the salvation of Twitch streaming yet? How did you get through? Who helped you? What was it in you that got you through it? Do you think? Do you have any idea? Like, what did you have a hope for something better that you felt like it's gonna change?
Yes, I did have hope for something better, and I think that my stubbornness is one of the things that got me through it, because I would get to a point where I would think such dark things, and then at the next minute I'm like, no, Bash, get yourself together. That's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. Like, you cannot let this break you that much.
Who taught you that? Where did you get that life lesson from? Was it your parents? Was it
nobody?
From nobody?
No.
Just a voice?
I'd never shared this. I never shared with anyone before that. I was just so closed in in myself and in my feelings and in what I was feeling. And my mom would want to speak me because she would see that I'm not okay. Like any parent, you would see that your kid is changing, right? And you would want to talk with them. And I would just refuse to talk to her. I didn't want to get into it. I didn't want to cry in front of anyone. The only person that knew I was depressed, and they still didn't know that well what was going on, was still my boyfriend at the time. And but they didn't know. I never expressed it. I never told anyone. I would always keep it to myself
until
I finally saw that this is not how I should be doing things. Because when I started streaming and when I started connecting with other people more, I would see that people actually talk about this, and I would see that it does help people at some point to talk about this. It's like it wasn't a thing that just changed for me from today to tomorrow. It was a thing that just developed with the time, because as I told you, when I started first streaming, I would never tell anyone anything. But it developed with the time. You just change. People change with the time. Your views change.
And maybe you starting to having a different experience when you were streaming, because then people liked you, and you like just for no reason.
Yeah.
But
you just have something.
You have something. There's something in there, and like, and maybe that helped you open up.
Did it?
Or did it help you just feel more secure, like safe, opening up?
I think it helped me feel more accepted. And I guess when you feel accepted, you feel more secure. It just, events that happen just help you through the rest of the things. Like when you feel accepted, you feel like you can maybe rely on someone a little bit more, or even if not rely, to just share something more or something like that. You just feel things as they go. It's like events after events after events after events, and just you start changing a little bit. You start thinking different. You start being like, okay, so let's see what's gonna happen if I do this or if I do that.
So you mentioned your mom. She wanted to talk to you, but you didn't open up. So was it after you started live streaming that you also started to open up to your mom?
Not really. I even spoke about it on my stream once, and it was a very emotional stream. That I should show her more love and more affection and everything like this. But I'm just dumb, and I just don't, and I still don't do it as much as I want to do it. And but I'm trying because I do want her to know that she means the world to me. But then again, I guess I don't know why it is so hard to show your parent that they mean so much to you. I don't know why. And I met other people at this point where they were like, yeah, man, I'm the same way. And I'm just wondering, what is it about us that what are we like messed up in the head or something? I mean, we are at some point, but but what is wrong?
I don't know.
I do share more than before, I would say. So I guess streaming did help.
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Work in progress. Exactly. Just listening to your story, I feel like it's been such a long time that you had like negative experiences and not sharing. So that's what you used to. That's like the way you're like grew up, and that's the way you just used to.
Yeah.
Like you're used to it. That's a habit you have. So maybe it takes time to resolve like that habit and like change that habit. I mean.
Yeah,
so you're probably just getting used to it. But it's turning into a therapy session. What is this?
Go for the next one.
It's supposed to
go
be
for
a
the next
therapy session. We can change.
I'm sorry, just my story is sad.
It's like a good movie. Uh, because
Maybe one day.
it sounds okay. Yeah, of course, the adventure, like the journey, always continues. There's like no definite end. Like it's
Yeah,
just we're just on our way. But it sounds like you are really on your way to better things. Like
I
you,
really hope so.
it
I hope
sounds.
you're right.
I'm right. I'm totally right about this one. But we can talk a little bit more about like streaming stuff for a little while. Maybe we can
Yeah,
dip down into some more personal stuff later.
yeah.
We'll switch it up a little bit with something about your stream.
Okay.
And did you? Well, you haven't streamed for that long, but have you during these 6 months of streaming, have you had times where you felt like, oh, crap, I'm giving up. Like this was tough. Like did you face any
um,
challenges that were, or like did you have any bad experiences like where you felt like, oh, this didn't go the way I wanted it to go and I feel bad about it? Did you have any of those
no.
experiences? No? You're
I
just rocking
honestly,
it.
I'm sorry. I just think
I'm
it's all
sorry.
because
That's a good thing.
I'm sorry. I think that I just had this thing that where I was like, look, it does not happen if, like, from today to tomorrow. If you're not doing something well, or if it doesn't work well for you, it's probably your fault. So you have to figure out what you're doing wrong. I've wanted feedback from my boyfriend constantly, like, tell me what I'm doing wrong,
Mm.
what I'm doing this and this and this, because he did used to watch a lot of he watch streams all the time, and stuff like that.
Experiencing some connection issues right now, but hopefully Bash will be right back. Rip internet. We're still getting some audio. It's not good. It is not good. Oh, Bash? No, it is not better. The thumbnail stopped at a really great place.
Oh, okay, there it is. There it is.
Here we go. We are back. Okay, we're gonna go start over that a little bit. You need to go back and start over where you were asking your partner for feedback, and he constantly, and he would, you would ask him like, tell me how I can be better. Tell me.
Yeah, that's it. So I would go and ask him for feedback, because he was watching a lot of these famous people streams, like Summit 1G, for example, or Shroud, or something like that. Like people that have been streaming for years and that know how it needs to be done. Basically, they know their stuff, right? And I would ask, or he would be like, hey, you have like 20 people watching you right now, say this and this and this. And I would be always on these Facebook groups and always lurking and just trying to learn, man. It's a learning curve. You have to put a lot of time of just lurking in other people's streams, trying to teach, to sell your self-taught, really. When it's streaming, you have to be good in teaching yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If I can say it like that, because a lot of what I'm doing today is because I was lurking for 2 months in people's streams and on Facebook. A lot of it is because I've done this, and not even once have I made like a post like, oh, I have only 2 average views. Can you please follow me, or can you come watch my stream so I can get to affiliate? It's like, what kind of person does that? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry if you're watching me and you feel like,
you're one of those.
F you, Bash, but I'm just saying, man. Like, no, don't do this. If you don't have these views, you are doing something wrong. Find out. Go watch your VODs.
Right.
See how much have I actually chatted. Do I look like I was having fun? Would I stay in my stream if I was a viewer? Ask yourself these questions. If you're not honest with yourself and you're like, I am doing so good, I am talking, I am doing this, I am doing that. But okay, you're doing all these things, but what are you not doing? What are you not giving the crowd? What is missing? Are you entertaining enough? Are you having fun enough? Are you honest? Are you going out of your way to help someone else? Are you promoting someone else's stream? Are you going on the Facebook group and posting and like trying to learn new things, having examples of people's streams? I have screenshots of people asking questions about, for example, sub perks and stuff like that. So because there were some good stuff, for example, that someone said that someone else was doing for subs and things like that, and I have taken screenshots of that. I'm gonna go back and read those when I'm thinking about what I want to give my subs for subbing, because I still don't have anything except the emotes, which is just my face doing this. And I'm like,
which is a great emote, by the way.
Thank you. And I'm just trying. I am trying to do more, but I want to do it at my own pace. It's not like I don't think about it, but you have to be prepared. You have to have tons of information to do well. You cannot just sit down and stream and expect people to come and be like, "You're doing great, man." You're probably not.
Awesome.
Just saying.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt because you were bashing it. So I wanted to keep you going there for as long as I could. That was a nice speech.
I'm sorry, I'm getting really passionate when I talk about stuff like that because I see so many people complaining constantly, and it's just gotten so like annoying.
You got sick of it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you get sick of it.
But you preach it, and I think people love that passion. So it's really good. It comes from a really good place. I feel like you actually want to help people. You don't just want to criticize them. You also want them to do something to improve their stream or and so on. So
I can give you people, like I'm not gonna give you people, but I can tell you that I've helped at least like a dozen of people, trying to give them like pointers on their VODs, because I have sat on my lunch, on my 1 hour lunch, where I can be like, okay, I'm away from work. Now I can just like sit and relax. I have taken that 1 hour many times of my day to go and watch their VODs and then give them a feedback to be like, okay, I think you maybe are missing this and this and this. It's like, I am trying to help people, and that's on DMs. That's not like somewhere like in a Facebook group, like in front of everyone or something like that. I'm always there to help. If you want help, I will give you help. I don't mind, man. Helping someone grow is not gonna put you down in any fucking way. Helping someone grow is gonna probably help you grow. You're gonna feel better about yourself for helping someone else. Believe me.
Yeah. Wow. That's a great, I truly believe that's true. I think it's a great way to think about it. It also keeps you away from that thinking of I'm a victim. Things are going bad because of someone else is doing this to me. The world is bad to me and I can't do anything.
The streamers are taking over my viewers.
Yeah.
For example.
And,
it's so stupid.
It's like being very generous can actually be a very good strategy to grow. Being overly generous and like sharing what you do, sharing the good tips and tricks, and going out of your way, like that leaves an impression, a really positive impression, like a more strong impression than most other things, like in someone's heart, instead of just in there like on the surface. So I truly believe that's a great way to actually grow. Like think about what can you give and expect nothing in return. That's also one thing you mentioned in your post.
Yep. Expect nothing, because most people, let's be honest, most people do want help, and when they receive it, probably more than 50% of the people are not going to get back to you. But if you're helping many people, you're going to find tons of people that are going to do that the same for you. So if you expect something from every single person you're helping, don't, because you're not going to get it. You're not going to get it. You don't even click with some of these people. I cannot click with everyone. I might like someone, they might not like me, or maybe we don't like each other. Or when I help that person, we probably are just not the same character. We probably don't click, and that's okay. But help that person, it's fine. Like, help them. It's what if you don't click? I know many streamers I don't click with, but would I help if I have the chance? Yeah, I would. Why not? It's just we're not the same people. We're not the same characters. If someone is too chill or like and cannot get out there as much as I do on my streams, that's fine. It's like you just don't click with the person. It's
yeah. And everyone can find their niche and like their thing, but they could be very different. Like someone can be very quiet and can still be a good stream, but if they are using their strengths to their advantage in their stream, like maybe they are more quiet than others, and that could actually be a good thing for them when they are streaming if they use it as a strength and
yeah, if you figure out how to keep people in your stream the way that you are, and you just use yourself as a weapon to keep your people in, and you find your strength, personally your strength, your what is special about you, if I can say so, you're gonna keep people in if you're energetic, or if you're chill, or if you're bad at games.
right.
You're gonna keep people in.
Like
if you find that.
I don't try to play the drums on a stage on a concert because I suck at it. That's like the wrong way to. That's the wrong way to focus. You shouldn't focus on the things you suck
I'm gonna
at.
show you.
Yeah. And like instead, if you're gonna use yourself as a weapon, this like a sword, the sword needs to be sharp, and it's only gonna be sharp if you focus on your strengths. I think we nailed this one. I think we got it.
We did it.
We did it.
Yes!
we solved the problems of the universe. I got another question for you.
Yeah.
So, what's your vision for the future, or your biggest dream as a streamer?
My biggest dream is partner would be great, but I wouldn't say that partner is like where I will get the most satisfaction out of being a streamer. My biggest thing is to have a huge ass community with people that are just cool people, like people that would be accepting of different people, people that would not judge you, people that would want to help you whenever you're down. It's just people that are like a pack. This is how I can. This is not any. I cannot envision it any other way. It's just like a pack. You're together with these people, and you're together till the end. And there is just nothing that anyone can do or anyone can say for that to be torn apart. This is what I want. I want that. And I just want to continue exploring and meeting people and have fun with them. I just want to meet people, man, and I want to make genuine connections. It's just so good to make a genuine connection, to make a genuine friend. It's just such a mental satisfaction that you get out of it. You know, this is all I want. If I get partnered, great. I would love it. Who wouldn't want to be partner? If I can do that full time, that's the second thing probably that I want. I want to be able to do that full time, partner or not. Obviously, being a partner would probably give you that regardless. But I just want to be able to wake up in the morning and be like, I'm going to work, and like be excited that I'm going to work. Not be like, guys, I gotta go to work today. It's like, I don't want to work in the bank.
It's like, what are you living
all
for?
My life. I don't want to wake up and to hate my job. I'm tired of it. I've been working since I was 16, like full time. And it's like, tired of it. I'm tired to have my job. I want to love my job. I want to love what I'm doing. And I feel that like this is the thing that I love. So
Wow. Okay. I feel like both, like even like new listeners and viewers, like if they hear this, or even your community from before, when they hear this, you saying this, I feel like it really helps just you inspiring people, and I believe you. I believe every word you say. They sound so true, and I think it is because you believe it, and
I do.
believe it. You strongly believe this is true. This is what you want. We can feel it. We can hear it, and you already got a pack. You got a strong pack, and I think it's just gonna grow. It's just gonna
I
grow.
do. I
It's
do. I wish I can shout out everyone right now, but
yeah.
there's just a lot of people.
Tell the world.
Shout out the world.
So I'm gonna use this moment right here. So if you haven't already, you should right now go to bash underscore on Twitch. It's you see the link right there. It's twitch.tv/bash underscore. Go give this a woman a follow if you haven't already. This is awesome. That's some great value right there. For free.
Appreciate it.
You don't even have to subscribe with Twitch Prime.
No.
And even that people say is for free, but this is like for free.
It's free.
It's free. And you can join the pack.
Yeah.
That was a great answer. Probably the best answer I ever heard from asking someone, "What's your dream? What's your vision?"
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Making me blush here.
Oh, I can't tell. It's kind of gloomy. It's kind of like nice and cozy at your place.
Sorry, I can turn it up a little bit. There we go.
Oh, we can see her a little bit better now. And if you're listening, she looks amazing. So
come on.
make her blush more. So we covered a lot of ground. We talked a lot about streaming. We talked a lot about your personal life too. Some stories. I think your biggest stories from your life and growing up and stuff. Yeah. It's been really cool.
Yeah, we did. It's been really great. Thank you for having me.
Should we talk about sodas now? We talked no.
Well.
we talked a little bit about sodas like the other day when we were like.
You said that you want to ask me about this.
Oh yeah, yes, your necklace, because both of us had a bottle of
a huge bottle of water right next to me, and then I saw it. I was like, "Is that 7-Up with no sugar?" And you're like, "No, that's just water."
Yeah, and then we got into a discussion about what's better, like soda with sugar or soda like sugar-free diet soda. So and like what's better? Like I feel like the sugar-free it's just a hoax. It's not less bad things in it. I feel like it's just as bad. It's just as bad for you. Drink water, kids. Drink water.
I think that if you're gonna be drinking a soda, it's better to be sugar-free, because I prefer to drink soda with bad things than to drink soda with bad things and 2 cups of sugar in it. That's what I think. There you have it.
And we there's just pick and choose an opinion that you like better. But now I'm gonna ask you about what are you wearing? So for those people that are just listening, can you describe what it is around your neck?
Well, for the ones that are weebs, so people that watch a lot of anime, for the ones that are like me, pretend weebs, and we watch a little bit of anime. This is a Naruto Leaf Village headband, and I am wearing it around my neck because I have Hinata's haircut, and I have her bangs and the 2 things on the side as well that you cannot clearly see right now.
Your hair.
And she and she wears her Leaf Village headband always around her neck, and that's why I'm wearing it around my neck. And I have been into the Hinata cosplay, half me look for a while, and I love it. And I even go out with it like in front of people. I just don't care. I love it.
That's cool. It's become part of your persona, like your like even just your like who you are, just not even a streaming persona. It's just you.
No, it's just me. Just that's how it turned out. I woke up with it once. I was like, oh, I didn't take that off. Oh, well, that's fine.
Oh, okay, cool. It's like I woke up with this outfit and I just kept it on.
But yeah, I'm planning actually on a full Hinata cosplay very soon with the lenses, like with the lens, with the white lenses, and with the looks, like the dress I was gonna say, the clothes and everything. So that's gonna have to be lit, and that's gonna be on the 30th of June as well, probably before I go to the Twitch London meeting. I'm just saying.
Nice. That's cool. Like, it's cool. Like you're telling us a little bit of it's coming up for you in the future. Is there anything else that's coming up for you?
For now, no. As far as I know, I wanted to go to EGX as well in September in Birmingham, but I don't think I will have enough funds to do that. So I'm just gonna have to miss it this year, and I hope that I'll be able to go another time. But for now, it's just like in the near future, Twitch London, which is organized by Family. They're partner streamers on Twitch as well. They're awesome. And a lot of other streamers would be there as well. A lot of partner streamers would be there. It's a great place to network, but whoever can pop in, I would so like it. Like if you watch me sometimes, it would be great to see you in person.
Cool. So that's one opportunity to get to meet the Bash in real life.
Yes.
And make a pack in real life. You can run around like howling.
Yes. We can howl around, I'm sure.
That's awesome. So are you a fan of like all Japanese culture, or is it like an anime, just that mostly the anime, or just everything?
The whole thing.
The whole
thing. I just love Japan. I love the nature they have. I love the traditions. I love the culture. I love the language. It just sounds so nice. It's just everything about Japan. I love it.
How many times have you visited?
None.
I thought at least once, you know. But
I wish. I wish. I have not visited Japan ever, but I have watched so many videos.
You will.
Like I will. One day I will. And if I can
move there.
Yeah, if I can move there, it's like I probably wouldn't ever think about it. I'm like moving.
What?
That's it.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't hesitate. You would just
No. I wouldn't think. Yeah, I wouldn't hesitate. I would just move.
You just move.
I have the chance. I was just like, okay.
What about the stream schedule? What's gonna happen with the schedule? Everyone's watching you this time zone. Oh, if you move to Japan,
we're just gonna have much more interesting things to do. Do you know Japan and the gaming culture there? It's like so much more opportunities, my dude.
It's worth it.
Wow.
Why are you even? Yeah, don't stop Bash from moving.
No, never.
Don't talk about stream schedules and stuff. Now you have to stay up like 4 in the morning to watch Bash. It's worth it.
I stream in weird times, so I'll probably, if I become a full-time streamer, I just will probably stream at least 10 hours a day. Who knows?
Holy moly. It was fun. Like one of your moderators told me before the stream, like, I will donate 25 cents for every time Bash curse. You say a curse word?
Yeah. How many times have I said it?
Just once.
See, I am looking after my pack. I just don't want him to be so poor to not have to not be able to buy bread. Poor boy. Hi, Chip.
Hello out there. So yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, so yeah, that's me.
That's Bash, everyone. That's Bash. I feel like maybe this is the good time to wrap this podcast up and give you a big thank you, because it's been my pleasure. It's been like so honored and so fortunate to have found you, and that you were interested in coming on the podcast and actually do the first ever OBearry podcast. and it's going to be available on all the podcast stations and on YouTube and stuff. So, and for you to share it with your community and everywhere. So hopefully this will be a thing. Like I will keep doing the OBearry podcast, and we can keep it rolling.
Your mic is cutting off a little bit.
Hopefully it's fine
like
on the stream.
On the base words when you're saying stuff, you know.
Hopefully it's good on the streaming side. It might just be the Discord, but
I hope so.
Yeah, but it's been an absolute pleasure to have
My pleasure, man. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. You have been so kind, and thank you for noticing me, senpai. And and I would never even like think that I would ever be on a podcast and people would like to like interview me and know more about me. So this has been such an honor and such pleasure to be here, and I'm ever grateful for all of this. I'm really I'm honored.
Arigato to you then.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Awesome. We're gonna wrap this up, and then we're gonna take a short break, just a couple of minutes, just to get a drink and just what's it called? Catch our breath, and we'll be right back for a little Q&A with the chat, and we will actually read the chat and stuff. Sorry for ignoring you this whole time. It's been a little bit weird. Used to reading the chat all the time, responding to stuff. But I really hope you had a great time. So we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes, and you can ask all your questions. We'll answer as many of them as possible, and just hang and chill for a second. So take care. See you soon. Bye.